Hi everyone, it's Mo here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you've had a nice relaxing break over this international period, but guess what? Football's close, it's coming back this weekend, so we can finally start talking FPL. So in this video, it's a quick look at 3 sought after players. If you're making a transfer in game week 5, one of these surely has to be in there. Go on, let's have a look. The first player, surprise, surprise, is going to be Son. Yep, he's the player everyone's talking about. Why are we talking about him? Why is that? Is it because he scored a hat-trick versus Burnley? But he always destroys Burnley, people are telling me. Well, that's not the only reason we're talking about him. The main reason is because he's playing up front. Now, if you look at the stats beside me, his XG or the points he's delivered, the first 3 games, they were horrendous. No one would have touched him. He's a top player, but no one will go near him. In this new system, the wide players have to stay really, really wide as the 2 fullbacks invert in, meaning that if the wide players come in, they're too easy to mark. The team can just squeeze them in the middle of the pitch. Son in the first 3 games was oblivious. No one will touch him as an FPL asset. Doesn't matter his price. The game against Burnley, he played up front. And we know how much of a ruthless finisher he is. You just have to think about when, just 2 seasons ago, he shared the Golden Boot. So there's no disputing he's an elite player. Last season, of course, was a poor performance, poor season for his standard. But this season, with this Spurs team, I think he's going to be near enough in everyone's team. The only teams he might not be in is the ones that people already own Maddison. Would you still go Son? Would you replace him? Double up? That's an interesting one, and I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. But from my perspective, if Son is playing up front, because there is a small asterisk to this. If Carlson goes back in number 9 and Son's in the left, he goes from being my favourite, most essential pick to a pick that I'm not interested in one bit. So that does make it worrying. There's a small caveat that comes with this pick. But as of now, I refuse to believe that Ange will move him back to the left and play Carlson up front. I just think that don't make no sense to me. It seems a match made in heaven for Son to play up front in this system. Let me know what you think. Do you agree this is the most wanted player transfer for game week 5? Let me know in the comments. Next up, the second pick is a bit of a spicy pick. It's Darwin Núñez. I can see some of you laughing at the back there. Stop laughing. I did say Darwin Núñez. Now, last season, he was the butt end of so many jokes. He misses so many chances, yet his XG is crazy. That tells me that there's a player in there that his movement's excellent. He knows how to get into the right places to get the chances. Yes, that's all useless if you don't put them away, but slowly it looks like things are starting to turn for Darwin Núñez. Now, in the first 3 games, or was it first 2 games, he was completely frozen out. He looks third in line. He looks behind Jota and Gakpo. Comes on against Newcastle, scores 2 world-class goals, guarantees, gives Liverpool the 3 points. After that, Klopp rewards him with a start versus Aston Villa. I watched that game live, he destroyed them. Yes, you could argue Aston Villa played into his hands by playing a high line, and we know he's rapid. He destroyed them. His link-up play with Salah, especially Salah on the right, or whether it's Diaz, Soboslai, it was excellent. He only got an assist, the irony of it again, he still lived up to his name that he should have scored 2 or 3 goals, but he only got the assist, but he was very, very unlucky, but he was pivotal to everything Liverpool done. Now, when you combine that with the fixtures coming up for Liverpool, this pick goes from to another level. We're all desperate for strikers at the moment within FPL. Watkins has been, he's returning here and there, but nothing special. Jackson, frustrating us, but still has decent fixtures. Where Darwin Núñez is starting to excite me. I watched even his highlights versus Chile for Uruguay, and again, looked really, really good. For me, things are starting to come in place. The one thing I would say that we're all wary of is the minutes. Liverpool arguably have the best attack in the Premier League, I would say. 5 players just look ridiculous luxury Klopp has in that position. But with Europa starting, we might start seeing a pattern. Say if Gakpo or Jota plays the Thursday night, this gives me a real good indication that Núñez's probability of playing up front has gone up big time. The next fixture for Liverpool is Wolves away, and it's the first kickoff, so we'll more than likely get early team news. And if we hear Darwin is starting, I'm more than comfortable going there. It's a pick that excites me. I think you're going to be getting ahead of the curve. I think within a couple of weeks, everyone will be on him. Because the tricky part of Liverpool is which attackers do you go for? Salah's too expensive. Diaz is infrequent, with his returns. Nunes just seems the optimum pick with the amount of chances he creates. Even with his miss ratio, I still think he's going to get enough goals and most probably be up there as one of the highest scorers in the Premier League this season. Yes, I know someone right now is clipping that. But I do actually believe that. I think it's a good pick with the fixtures, with his price point. I think everything is coming together. Now, you let me know in the comments. Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think no chance you will never ever go near Nunes? You still think he's a donkey? Let me know in the comments. Or do you agree with me? No, this is a great pick and like we should be getting on board. So that's my second pick. And the last pick I'm going to recommend if you're making transfers for game week 5 is James Maddison. Now, if you're one of the lucky, or should I say smart managers who already own him, well done. If you're like me who's still looking around, he's definitely on my watch list, and I'm so jealous when I see other managers got him in their starting 11. I want him ASAP. Now, he's playing over real freedom in this attacking Spurs team. Everything seems to go through him. He looks like he's the brain of the team. Playing in a 10, but drops left, drops right, he comes deep at times. Basically, he's given permission to go wherever he wants, as long as he causes havoc when he has possession. And to be fair to him, he's rewarded his manager because he's returned in 3 of the games. Only 1 game he hasn't returned FPL points. I can see him going up in ownership as the weeks go along, regardless of they've got a good fixture next, Sheffield United, but then after that, 2 tricky fixtures. That's not a problem. I think Maddison's in a position at the moment where you could leave him in your team and not worry one bit about him. He's someone I'm very, very excited about to bring in. But the conundrum for someone like me, and it could be you, so let me know in the comments if you're in the same scenario. I don't have Son or Maddison, but I'm currently thinking Son's the better option for me. If he's up front, yes, Maddison might be getting assists, but Son will be scoring the goals. And as Son's listed in midfielder, it's just them extra points. And especially at the moment where money's not really too much of an issue, especially if you don't own Salah, maybe just spend the extra and get Son in. Now, it's whether, if you own Maddison, do you replace him with Son or do you double up on the Spurs attack? That's something I've been thinking about, and I'm intrigued to know what people do in that scenario. Do you just stick with it and go, no, I'll just take Maddison's points, he's going to get goals here and there, and he's going to get loads of assists? Or are you going to be sitting there really jealous, not going after that elusive out-of-position striker, Son? But regardless of Son, Maddison is still an outstanding pick, and if you don't have the money to bring Son in, and you don't have Maddison, you bring him in. It's as simple as that. You bring him in. I'm not worried about the other 2 fixtures after that. I'm not worried. Bring him in, you leave him there. So, what did you think of my top 3 must-own players for game week 5? Do you have any of them? 1, 2, maybe? Or are you going to bring one of them this week? Do me a favor. Let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you whenever I get a chance. And while you're here, if you can do me a really big favor, I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel. I've just gone past 100 subscribers. That really made me smile. I'd love it if I can get to the next milestone, which is 200. So yeah, please get subscribing. I'm going to be making regular content. I'm hoping you're enjoying the videos. I'm working on improving the graphics as well. So bit by bit, I'll be getting there. But more importantly, I'm hoping to get you green arrows week by week. All right? On that note, see you later.